Hello everyone, and welcome. We'll be making Hogwarts house colored bracelets. So what you will receive in your kit is the bracelet template, and you will have 16 pieces of embroidery floss, 8 in each of the colors. In addition, you will need a good pair of scissors right here, and you don't have to use a pencil, but it could make a further step in the future much more easier. So I would suggest that you use pencil. Nice sharp tip. The first step is to cut along the outside circle of your template. And once you've finished that, you see there are tiny little lines here. You have to cut every one of those tiny little lines as well. I've already done that. I'll get that here. So this is what it should look like. You have the circle cut out, and you have each of the tiny little lines cut out as well. So now what you're going to do is you're going to cut out the center circle, because this is where your bracelet's going to go. You'll see that later on. So a little trick that I like to do is I like to take my sharp pencil or pen and to poke a little hole, look like that, in the center, and from there it's much easier to cut that out. So I like to make a couple little cuts around the circle. Kind of looks like a star shape, like that, and from there you can just cut along the inner circle. So this is what it should look like after you've finished. Now we're going to attach our pieces of embroidery floss or embroidery thread together. One thing that you can do, you don't have to, is to separate your embroidery floss. This is what a regular size bracelet looks like. It's about that big. But if you want to make a smaller one, like this thinner one, what you do is you take 3 pieces like this and you split it down the center. Now you don't have to do that. And it's quite tricky. It's quite easy for the pieces of thread to get all tangled up. So only if you would like to make a smaller bracelet, and on the plus side, that means you can make 2. But you don't have to do that if you don't want to. After you've split them, or you don't have to, what you do is you take all the pieces of embroidery floss together like this. So now you're going to tie a knot on one end like this. And make sure to keep a little bit on the end like this. There we go. So you're going to tie it nice and tight. Perfect. It's going to look a little bit like that. So now you're going to take the end that you just tied a knot in, and you're going to put it in the center of the hole. You see on the template there's different colored circles. So each color represents each of the colors of your bracelet. Now I know the colors don't match, they don't have to. So I'm going to make the gold color, the yellow, on the template, and I'm going to hook them. See the little cut we made at the beginning? So I'm going to put it like that. And wherever there's the yellow, right here, that's where that color of thread goes. And this can be a little tricky, but the more you have attached, the easier it gets. It should look a little something like that. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the red color. So when you've finished, it should look a little something like this. Awesome. So I'm just untangling pieces of thread here. So now you're going to start constructing your bracelet. You can see that on the top of the template there's a little arrow and it says start. So the thread that is in the same place as the arrow where it says start, you're going to take the thread off and you're going to move it all the way down to this one here. And then you're going to take one on the other side and you're going to move it up. So you see that you just move your thread one place to the left. And then you're going to turn it. And you're going to do exactly the same thing. You're going to take the piece on the right, you're going to flip it down, take the left one, you're going to flip it up. It's a little confusing to explain, but once you get the hang of it, it gets much easier. And the faster you become. There we go. Now, I don't expect you to finish this all in one sitting. For me, it takes maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours. So if you want to take a break so you don't lose your place, this is what I like to do. I like to leave it so there's one piece on the top and then there's 3 on the bottom. So when I put it down, I go have a snack or I go watch TV or something, I pick it up, I see, oh, there's 3 here, so that means I have to bring it up. And then I turn and I keep going. Just like that. And now, as you can see, the more you move your thread at the bottom kind of gets a little tangled. So maybe every couple times you move your thread, it's good to comb it like this so it doesn't get too tangled, so it's easier later. And you just continue that. What I like to do is I like doing this when I'm watching a movie or I'm watching TV because I'm a very fidgety person. So I like it when I have something to do with my hands. And this is kind of a mindless task that you can do. Once you've continued your bracelet, this is what it should look like. So this is where the bracelet comes out. You see the Gryffindor colors of gold and red. And this is what the top looks like. Now what I like to do is sometimes I just keep going until these pieces of string, of embroidery floss, get too short that they can't fit in the slit. Or what you could do is you could take your wrist and you can measure, put it along your wrist, and you can see how long it has to be. So this is good. So when you're done, what you're going to do is you're going to take all of the pieces off the template, like this. There we go. And the last thing you do here is you have to tie a knot on the other side. So I like to loop it around my finger, pull through, and line it up until the bracelet comes to an end, like that, and pull tight. So it looks a little something like that. And take your scissors again, and you can cut the excess. As you can see here, they were all different lengths. Sometimes that happens, and that's okay. So you cut it, and this is what your bracelet should look like once you've finished. I hope you all enjoyed making this craft. I know it's something that I like to do quite often. So good luck, and I hope you enjoyed it.